Hello. Thank you for your patience, everyone. I'm Grace Carmack, and this will be One Horse Town, the radio drama, chapter 3. We really appreciate you tuning in. I hope you caught the last few chapters. Little housekeeping. If you are interested and able to donate to Annex Theater, the best way to do that right now is by visiting the website annextheater.org. That is ANNEXTHEATRE.org. You can join our Patreon, become a subscriber, all that good stuff. We'd really love that. This is a really fun chapter. Just going to ask that everyone heed our content warning. It applies more heavily for this chapter. We're really looking forward to it. And then after the stream this week, we have Megan K. Wright, Izzy Schoenfield, and Marlena McHenry, who are three of our voice actors. And we're just going to chat a little bit afterward. And I'm really looking forward to it. Talk to you soon.
As well as the amazing artists who have been a part of this process. Thank you, Jeb Brown, Ava Estrada Campos, Jessie Nguyen, Hannah Ferguson, Morgan Grody, Harlette Odemiga, Selena Sen, and Keegan Reedon for your artistry. One Horse Town by Minna Lee. Directed by Grace Carmack. Produced by Annex Theater. Sound design by Josh Valdez. Original music composed, arranged, and performed by Max Irvin. Audio engineering and final mix by Chris Nill. Characters: Klaus, a fallen scientist and owner of the ranch and car wash, voiced by Megan K. Wright. Gertrude, a rancher with a past career as a sculptor. They're secretly a hopeless romantic, voiced by Amy Wang. Bobby, a rancher and lover of nature, purest person on the ranch, voiced by Izzy Schoenfeld. June, leader of the Runaways, full of secrets, voiced by Grace Carmack. Lane, a runaway with a deep love for poetry, intelligent and soft, voiced by Simone Dawson. Susan, a runaway from the city, hungriest person on the ranch, voiced by Marlena McHenry. Mr. Wilson, the last horse on earth, voiced by Morgan Grody. Narration, voiced by Emily Pike. That's me. Other characters include car wash patrons, soft pretzel, demon horse, ringmaster, sandwich eater, Morel siblings, radio interviewer, voiced by the ensemble. Content warning. The following radio play possesses the following: widespread disease and illness, apocalypse, structural collapse, cannibalism, and the sounds of physical violence and distress. Time and place: the end of the world on a ranch. On the last chapter of One Horse Town, Klaus met June, who tells them awful news from the city.
They started eating people.
Lane tried to talk June and Susan out of eating Mr. Wilson.
Have any of us ever eaten horse before?
Lane and Gertrude reached for the same book.
Do you maybe want to have a little book club together? We could just read and talk about books once in a while or every day.
Tensions rose between Bobby and Klaus.
Is it really so bad if they're sick? Always being so cruel to people if they're not well.
Chapter 3. Act 1, Scene 8. A week has passed. The strange sun is setting, and Susan is out alone trying to find something to eat.
There's gotta be a mushroom around here somewhere. Oh, what's this? Roots! Delicious roots! Okay, what else? What else we got? What is this? Shit. That smells like shit. What the hell is this thing?
No, Susan. Don't eat that.
Huh? What was that?
I said don't eat that. germs, Susan.
Who's saying that? Are you God?
No. Better.
Who? Soft pretzel?
That's right, my child. Your favorite food.
Oh, soft pretzel, I've missed you so much.
I missed you too. And I've come to keep you away from the bad food. You mustn't eat that, Susan.
But I'm so hungry. There aren't any more soft pretzels in the world. It's horrible.
Says who?
Everyone?
Silly Susan. Soft pretzels will never be gone. They'll always be right here.
Soft Pretzel points at Susan's heart.
Yeah, but I kind of want them right here.
Susan points at Soft Pretzel's stomach.
Look, I'm hungry, Soft Pretzel. Can I eat you?
Of course. But why have one soft pretzel when you can have hundreds?
What? Oh my god, it's raining pretzels! Thank you, thank you, thank you!
Anything for you, Susan. You're such a good person, and you deserve soft pretzels forever.
Wow, this is the best day of my life. I won't ever be hungry again!
I'm so happy that you...
What was that?
I know you're trying to eat me.
No, no. Ah!
I'm gonna eat you before you eat me.
Get the hell away from me, demon horse! Stop that! Soft pretzel, help me! Help me!
Susan, it's okay. I got you. You're okay. You're safe. I'm here. Breathe.
I had a nightmare, June.
I know.
I'm so hungry, June, and my head hurts so
Breathe,
much.
Susan. You need to go back to sleep.
No, I can't sleep. I'm too
You need
hungry.
your energy to get that horse.
But getting that horse is so hard. We've been trying for a week now, and I'm exhausted. Every time I get close to it, it runs away, and that damn Bobby is glued to his side. It's
We
impossible.
don't have much time left before Klaus gets annoyed and kicks us off the ranch. But if you, me, and Lane put our heads together, we can... Wait, where is Lane anyways?
I don't know. Probably off with that Gertrude. Been with them all week.
Lane returns. They were off with that Gertrude.
Sorry book club went late today.
No, don't apologize for that. Book club was amazing. Thank you for having me, Gertrude. I've really enjoyed spending time with you.
Me too. This past week has been fantastic.
Yeah, but you're fantastic. A fantastic reader, and you're so smart and funny, and I think I gotta go.
Yeah, me too. Well, good night.
Bye. I'm in love with you.
What's going on with you both?
Nothing. We're just friends. They've been showing me all sorts of cool things on the ranch. And June, they're so easy to talk to. I've never met anyone like Gertrude before. They're sweet and they invent things and... Anyways, I was at book club.
We're not here to make friends, Lane. We're here to get food. And that food has been running circles around us, making us look like fools. Poor Susan here is so weak. And you've been neglecting your family.
June,
After everything we've done for you, you would have been dead if it weren't for Susan and I. And what about little Fry, huh? She's probably out there somewhere all cold and scared, waiting for us, and you're having book club?
June,
We're gonna have a new life in the sanctuary with little Fry and show her how beautiful this world is. I'm so excited to tell her about how brave their Aunt Lane was when we needed them most. and how we got that horse together and ate it. That kid is gonna love that story.
June, I am so excited to find Little Fry too. I miss that little punk.
Yeah, me too, June. We'll see her soon, and I'll give her a big hug.
Susan, come on, let's go see if we can gather anything on the outskirts. I thought I saw some mushrooms near the edge of the ranch. We'll be back with food. June, take it easy.
Act 1, Scene 9. Another morning at the car wash.
Protect yourself from radiation, folks. Get yourself cleaned up right here at our radiation treatment facility.
Now serving everyone.
What?
That's right, folks. We've got something special to share with you. Something that will make sure we can help everyone.
Bobby, what the hell are you doing?
Bobby takes a glass bubble helmet out of a box. It's basically a big fishbowl.
Glass bubbles for your head. It's made out of special...
Are you trying to make us look ridiculous out there? What the hell is this?
It's a glass bubble. We can put it on us when we're around people who aren't feeling well so we can still treat them.
Bobby, no, that won't
Yes,
work.
it will. I did my research and I've been testing it all week. You're not the only scientist in the whole world, Klaus.
Bobby, you're not a scientist. You just sit there and say random things.
Bobby storms away from the car wash.
Don't be scared. Step right in, everybody. Oh, June. Hello. Here, someone brought this into trade. Have some.
Thank you. And sorry, I don't want to disturb your work.
It's slow right now, so don't worry about it.
I find this car wash of yours to be quite fascinating. Strange contraption.
It's an odd machine, all right. We had a car wash on the ranch for our truck since the 60s. Barely used it, though. Once the bombs came, the nearby nuclear plants also went off, so the town was exposed to some of the most radiation in the country. I took samples of the soil and found a way to stabilize its levels.
Were you a doctor or something?
A scientist. Working at the nuclear labs.
Huh. Did you know this was all going to happen?
No. None of us did. But I knew a lot about treating radiation, and I knew we'd never be able to get rid of it after everything. Figured if I could keep levels stable, then maybe I could buy time.
Why not just survive it in San Francisco?
I'm not abandoning this place. I promised that I'd never leave.
I admire a desert hero.
Not trying to be a hero or anything, just trying to get by on my ranch. Most of my family's buried here. It wouldn't feel right to leave them all here.
You and I have that in common. I'm a family person myself, so I get it. There's nothing I wouldn't do for my kid.
When did you last see her?
8 months ago. I sent her off with a group that was planning on escaping the city. It cost me a ton. It was an intense process, but I didn't want her near the cannibals. We took her to the meeting spot that one night because they had to leave extra late, something like 2 a.m., so no one could see them. When we got there, the group was ambushed. Everyone ran in all directions and I couldn't see her anymore, but I just know she made it out with some of the members. I could hear her, and I knew she got away.
That's quite a long journey. 8 months? I'm sure she must have made it by now.
She would have tried to send me a signal or some kind of message by now. She's a smart girl. I think we'll probably run into each other soon.
A car wash patron enters.
Welcome! If you don't mind, I just need to use the scanner on you. I'm sorry. It looks like your radiation levels are too high and we can't have you here.
No, please, I'm not even feeling sick.
Yes, but you're already contaminated, so please don't cause a scene and just exit that way.
What kind of service is that? Let them go through.
I can't. Their radiation levels are too...
Let them through. They want to be safe just like the rest of us.
No! This is my car wash!
I said let them through. I'll break your car wash, you asshole farmer.
Thank you.
The car wash patron runs through the car wash.
I want you off my property. That was completely inappropriate. You've been here long enough, and you need to leave. You have until tomorrow. Tomorrow, you hear?
Yeah. We'll be finished here by tomorrow. Don't you worry.
Klaus runs over to June's spit spot and scans it. Act 1, Scene 10. At the edge of the ranch.
I love tumbleweeds. Wow, this is making me feel so much better already.
Howdy, Bobby. Howdy, Mr. Wilson.
Hi, Susan.
What you doing?
Just playing with this tumbleweed. What are you up to?
I'm looking for mushrooms, but I'm so hungry and all this walking is making me quite lightheaded.
Maybe I could help you look for mushrooms. I know where they usually are, and you can stay here and rest. Mr. Wilson will watch after you.
Oh, thank you, Bobby. That's so kind of you.
Here, hold my chicken.
Why?
It'll protect you from chicken ghosts. And it's heavy. I'll be able to move faster without it. Be back soon with mushrooms.
Finally, Mr. Wilson, get ready to become barbecue! I've been waiting so long for this moment, and I just want to say that you put up a good fight, horse. But now it is your time to...
Get away from me, you creep.
What the hell did you just... No. You can't talk. Horses can't talk.
I sure can. And I can do this too.
Stop it. Stop dancing!
You'll never defeat me, Susan.
We'll see about that, you demon dancing horse.
Mr. Wilson, stop! Mr. Wilson, it's all right. No need to be...
Oh, shit.
Klaus and Gertrude run to the scene.
What happened?
It was my fault.
That horse! It started attacking me. Bobby tried to help, but the horse got her.
Lane joins the group, having heard the commotion.
I heard screaming. Is everyone okay? Oh no, Bobby! Are you okay?
Yeah, I think she might have sprained something, but nothing serious. We'll check it out back at the house.
That horse is attacking people. We ought to put it down. It's not safe. I can do it.
No. It was my fault, Klaus. I'm sorry.
No, don't worry, Bobby. I know it wasn't you. And I'm sorry for what I said earlier. Let's get you and your glass bubble home. Gertrude, take Mr. Wilson to the barn. Make sure he's all right.
I'll go with you.
Lane, you should take care of Susan. You can come see us later.
Gertrude takes Mr. Wilson away from the others. Klaus gathers Bobby and helps her toward the house.
Come on, Bobby.
Bobby hands Susan a pile of mushrooms.
These are all I could find.
What the hell did you do? Did you hurt Bobby?
Of course not. I just want the horse. She got in the way again, and the horse hit her.
You scared Mr. Wilson. That is why he was freaking out, Susan. You need to stop. Leave this horse alone. Leave this family alone. They're good people.
You're just saying that because you're all goo-goo eyes for Gertrude.
No, I told you.
Oh, shut up. You like them. There is nothing wrong with that, but don't act like you actually care for these people. You're just horny.
Shut up!
And once you got what you needed, guess what? You're going to be hungry. I'm just thinking with my stomach, Lane, while you're out there thinking with your heart. Also, your poetry isn't even that good.
Act 1, Scene 11. Nighttime outside the car wash. The stars are out. Lane is pacing around holding a piece of paper.
Hi. Hi, Gertrude. Hey. Gertrude, I just wanted to say hi and see you. I like you. Oh, God.
Oh, Hi, Lane.
Gertrude.
What are you doing here?
I was just checking to make sure you were all okay. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. That was really sweet of you. How's Susan?
She's okay. Just shook up and tired. I know she can be a lot, but she means well.
I know. It's just strange because Mr. Wilson loves everyone.
I trust her, and she saved my life. Protected me from everything out there. I owe her forever.
I'm glad she kept you safe. And I'm glad you're away from danger now.
I brought this for you.
Lane hands over a piece of paper with a drawing of flowers.
I'd bring you real flowers, but they're all dead, so I thought this might work.
I love this. Thank you, Lane.
Wow. Are these some of your sculptures?
Yep. They're made out of breccia. Great rocks to work with.
They're beautiful.
That was the whole reason why I came out here. Before things got bad, I had signed up for a residency with the Desert Studio. It was only supposed to be for 6 months, but, change your plans.
They're amazing, Gertrude. I really like this one.
Oh, no, I didn't make that. That's just a rock, I think.
Oh, sorry. Well, it's still beautiful, just like everything else out here.
Wait, Lane. I have to close down the car wash. Do you want to stay, maybe, and just hang around a little longer?
Okay, I can help you.
Yeah.
Wow. This is pretty cool.
I helped Klaus build it. I stayed up for weeks making it run again. You see that? Those spinners over there were my idea.
Wow. Yeah, I bet they clean really well.
Do you want to give it a go before I shut it down? The bubbles are the fun part.
Do I just walk in?
Yeah.
I probably might need a guide, though. Just in case I get lost in there.
Yeah, definitely. It can get pretty dark in there, and it's more fun with another person. So, stay close.
Can I kiss you?
Yes.
Okay. I like you.
I like you too.
So do we need to be naked in the car wash for it to work? I need to be very clean.
Yes. Yes, we do. I can help you with that.
Act 1, Scene 12. It is evening. Mr. Wilson's head is popping out of the barn.
Sorry if I woke you up, Mr. Wilson. I just wanted to check to make sure you were okay. I know it wasn't your fault. You're a good horse. Always remember that. Who's there?
Hi, Bobby.
Susan. What are you doing here?
I'm just checking in on Mr. Wilson.
I already did, and I don't think he likes you, so it'd be better if you stayed away.
Oh, come on, Bobby. Move. Come on, girl. Move. Enough. Enough.
Mr. Wilson, run! 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 Get out of here!
No, damn it!
Get away from here.
You shit. You little shit. Do you know how hungry I am?
I gave you mushrooms.
I don't want your fucking mushrooms, Bobby. I'm so fucking hungry. I haven't had a decent thing to eat for months. I'm not a bad person, Bobby. I'm not a bad person. I hate what those things did. I hate what they did. But they were hungry. I get it now. You get it. I'm so hungry, and I really wanted that horse, Bobby. But now there's just us. And you're all alone.
No. Susan, no. Please.
of Act 1. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of One Horse Town. We'd like to extend a special thank you to our Patreon patrons: Carly Slater, Carol Simon,
It's playing the chapter back right now. Can you hear me? Hey. Woo, big one. Big chapter. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in, friends. This one was a lot of fun. There was a lot to put in there, and I'm so tickled. This has been a really fun one to work on. So we've got some of our actors here on our live stream, and I'm just gonna do a little chatting with you folks. So I'm gonna real quick. I know you folks can't see them yet. Just for order of my screen and for my sensibilities, I'll go Marlena, Izzy, Megan. So just to start, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, if you want to talk a little bit about your character and your experience of going from, hey, there you all are, of going from working on this play and your characters to recording your characters in this frame to hearing it now, which of course there's a lot in between that, but those are the three sort of points. And obviously, of course, branch off if you see fit. So I'm going to pass off to Marlena right now for sake of my screen.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Great. What's up? I'm Marlena McHenry, is my last name, and I'm doing so well. I went to college up at Western and got a theater degree there, and then I did part of a grad program in Savannah, Georgia as well. I love Viewpoints, I love Suzuki, I love Fitzmaurice. That's all. So this was very hard to record, to go from rehearsing to recording for me. I think especially I had like so much combat stuff. Like Izzy and I both had so much combat stuff. So it was really cool to hear it and be like, oh, we could like preserve so much of what we were trying to do. It's still super creepy. It's so weird to hear it, and it was definitely weird to record like alone in the bedroom, like chewing on a pillow. That was for sure one of the weirder things I've had to do. But it was great to have, I said this earlier when we were just chatting, but to have so much rehearsal time before we had to change gears and record all this. Because you kind of knew like, okay, these are the stakes I need to get for my character, and also be aware of like, okay, they're not going to be seeing this, so what do I have to do for that? Also, I can't spike the mic by yelling, which I did like every other line, so that was really different. I think that's what I got. Whoever wants to go.
Awesome. Izzy, I'll pass it off to you.
Yeah, I'm Izzy. I play Bobby. Yeah, it was just a very strange experience for me. I don't know, because I'm so exclusively live theater in everything that I do, and had no experience like voice acting or even really like film or television, and so just like being alone in a room or sometimes in my car, it it was very strange. Because I wanted like what the other person was going to be giving to me in the scene, or like the feedback from like the other people in the room, and like you just didn't get that with the recording. But at the same time, being able to like go back and like listen to myself, or and say like, oh, and just like kind of be really nitpicky. I'm like, oh, I really want to like change the way that I say this, or yeah, it was really fun. But I did I did have to like go out to my car for my like death scream, as I call it. Cause I was just like, I can't do this in the house. Like, I don't like, but even, I don't know what's weirder, like just being in my bedroom screaming, or like in the car where like other people on the sidewalk just like walking around like, oh, there's this person in a car just talking to the phone in front of them. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know, but I'm like super excited now. Thinking about like actually diving more into the world of recording and voice work. So we'll see.
Awesome.
It sounded really good. I'm like so stoked. Just happy that we were able to like have a product to put out for people. It was really exciting.
Yeah, and for folks, this is actors' first time hearing the chapter as well. So with any effect or any mastering or anything like that, or any music. I'm going to pass on to Megan. Oh. Megan might be frozen. Okay. I'm going to move forward, and I'm hoping that we get Megan back in the mix here. So I think sort of next question for me is, I mean, yeah, like as you were talking about going forward voiceover, how does this change any work that you had in mind, or looking at in future, or in just any other part of your life? You know, what do you have plans? And also, you don't need to have plans. I mean, you know, oh, I think we have Megan back. Right now your face is a question mark, so I think you're okay. 1 second. Okay. All right, and Chris is gonna drop you in there. I can't see your face, but I think we can hear you. If you wanna, we're gonna go back to the first question. So, introduce yourself, and then a little bit about your process from beginning to now.
Here we go. My computer's a little old, so that's probably what's going on. Is it's just working real hard, but that's what we're all doing. We're working super hard. Well, my name is Megan K. Wright. I played Klaus, and so my history, my experience is I just graduated from Cornish College of the Arts this semester. May 2020 was when I was supposed to walk and do my commencement, but I'm still like technically graduated. So all good there. I still have all of my lovely training that I had previously. And I did have voiceover training from Kate Meyer at Cornish. So luckily she gave me a lot of knowledge in terms of how to record and how to set up a home booth. And so I was very grateful to have that knowledge. And in terms of my experience going from live to the recorded, I actually found it extremely informative, coming from like kind of a voiceover perspective and like melding those two worlds together. It was really, really interesting because I had all the given circumstances, I had my relationships, I could picture my target or my scene partner, I could think about Izzy and like picture her face, and I would be talking to Bobby, and that was like something that you don't often get with voiceover, especially if it's because a lot of it's commercial. So and then of course, like I have all of my previous live acting experiences that informed my character and how to adjust it for voice and what actually helped me. And I also found that the blocking was really fun to kind of like, it created a lot of character dynamics, I found. So I had a lot more informed decisions as to why I was saying my lines the way I was saying them. And that was really cool. Because I would, like I said, I'd go from commercial voiceover, which is like, okay, you can do it over and over and over again to like get it perfect, but you have to like also live where you only get one chance. Like the audience is only going to see it that one day, and the emotions you feel are the emotions you feel. So it was really, really fascinating to meld those two worlds. And one more thing, this has actually opened up a lot of potential for what theater can be, and even especially given this is like a pandemic and like a really, really, really weird time right now. There have been talks, I heard an interview with comedians saying that like this is like pressing a pause button on a lot of art right now. And like it's like pressing the reset button. So like what's gonna happen when it powers back on? And like I think that the idea of like audio recorded drama and like podcast plays kind of thing, I think that's a really interesting field to delve into, even before the quarantine is lifted or anything. So that makes me very excited.
Absolutely. So I'm going to go back to my first question really quickly. I'm periodically tuning into the comments just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Because if there's questions from folks, let us know. So basically just a little bit, sort of an open-ended question. You can talk a little bit about if you have any ideas, like once we're able to go back to work, if you want to talk about, I mean, like I lost my jobs. You want to talk anything about if you have any career shift or if you're imagining art differently, or if you want to talk about what this has looked like for you on a day-to-day level, that's chill by me. I'm so excited to see your faces. This is the most contact I've had with any performers since we started, really.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
Yeah, and it's only a portion of the cast, but it's really cool. And so yeah, if you want to talk a little bit about any of the things I just mentioned, we'll go around same way. Start with Marlene. If not, you can pass along.
Sure. Well, I know it's something that I've been hosting a bunch of Zoom like staged readings, which have been really fun. With between 3 and like I'm doing one this week that's like 10 or 12 people. It's gonna be a lot. But those have been really great. Like I've read more plays the past few weeks than I usually do because like I'm really bad at reading. So that's been great to get through some Shakespeare that I never read and through some other classics and some new works. And some people are just like, I want to read this. And I'm like, okay, I'll cast it. So I'm reminded once again that I'm like a decent production manager. And I don't know if I like being reminded of that. But you know what I mean? It's just like, oh crap.
Like, no, is this gonna happen now?
Yeah, it's like, but yeah, I don't know what's going on with most of the other stuff. But those are fun.
Awesome.
I like planning them. I like doing them. It's fun to still do some like acting with those. And in reference to this and like audio drama, I know that I think these are great and they bring so much more than just like for me, than listening to like someone's podcast that's, about any other topic, like something like NPR. They're just so much more engaging to me as a spectator. And one of my best friend, who lives in Alaska right now, she like wouldn't have been able to see the show. So it's so great. Like, I know we talked about that in rehearsal, but it's so great that people everywhere can listen to this. And she personally like loves audio drama. So she was like, this is my favorite way to view this. And I was like, okay, cool. Like that works. This is the end of my thought now.
Is he?
I don't know. I mean, I'm taking it one day at a time. Yeah. I'm a teaching artist. I specialize in like pre-K through 2 for kids, and like creative drama and that sort of thing. And so like ideally, like I would love to be able to go back into the classroom and do that like again for the summer. But who knows? But at the same time, like that's also shifting. And we've got like virtual lessons happening, and like theater at home type things that you can do with your entire family, which is really cool. So maybe I like start to look into that too. And the hope is to always continue performing in whatever aspect that you can, and like I don't know, like one door closes, another one opens. I really believe that is like true in life. And maybe if there's not a door, there's a window. Maybe if there isn't a window, you can break down the wall. I don't know. So yeah, I have no plan, and I'm okay with that right now. Weirdly, like as I'm not a person who does well without plans. But I'm adapting.
Love it. Megan.
So the question was, what is happening right now?
What are you planning for later? What
Yeah.
what you're going through right now? Yeah.
Well, luckily school is still open virtually, and so I still have for the next like 2 weeks, I have my work study job where I work at the Cornish Writing Center as a peer consultant, and so I just read other people's writing and give feedback on it. Haven't had very much traffic, honestly, in the writing center, but we still have our staff meetings and we're still working on projects. And next week is our goodbye party for us graduates. So that's pretty fun. And then, but other than that, I'm not really doing much. It's interesting because this happened at a very interesting time because it's right when I was supposed to graduate. And so I had like a couple acting jobs lined up like this. And then I was going to go audition with Green Stage, which still might end up happening, but we're not sure. But yeah, so since those are not happening, I'm just going to wait for everything to come back to life. I honestly find this haven't really done anything about it yet, but I find this as a really great opportunity to produce my own theater and theater with my friends and my classmates and past coworkers. And I'm really interested in management in general. Like I've always wanted to open up my own theater venue and run that. And I haven't heard anything back, but I did apply for the Seattle Rep Production Management Apprenticeship. And so and that's for next season. So starting like August, September. So that might still happen. I haven't heard back from anyone, obviously, because everyone's working from home and doing other things like reorganizing their entire seasons. But yeah, I think that's it. So I guess I think that I'm not really doing very much, but I have some stuff going on.
Yeah, it feels like a good like brain incubator time. I've had a lot of I've had big ideas, but I don't know in terms of implementation. Who fucking knows? Oops, am I allowed to be vulgar? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Okay,
fuck it, fuck it, Grace.
I scared myself. Okay, okay. I mean, the play, I guess, there's a lot of it. What am I? Okay, it's fine. Yeah, I'm having a lot of ideas, but like not a lot of action right now, which I think is great. We just hold up and hold ourselves. We can't hold each other. So I've got a question from the comments here. Did any of you, find your perspective of your character changed once you found yourself portraying the character's voice in isolation? Any perspective or opinion?
Yeah, I found myself, my live theater brain was in there being like, live in the moment, like, hey, okay, what are your given circumstances, like, and I didn't want to make it super calculated, but I also wanted to keep it. It felt like we were freezing the show in time, and that I was like putting what I had learned so far with my cast, and now I have to do it by myself. And so I found that I didn't really want to change anything because I also wasn't hearing my cue lines heard back to me. And so I'm like, well, I mean, if I completely change it, like, how am I supposed to like realistically react to my scene partner who may or may not have changed the way that they said it, and I will have no idea until I hear it. So that was an interesting push and pull, and I wanted to let that affect me as an actor, but I also didn't want to mess it up.
Yeah, I gave you all, and I'm gonna pass it around in just a second. I gave you all an interesting challenge because in the interest of basically developing a new timeline on the fly, it really was just a massive game of trusting the work, because it was just sort of like, we all know sort of what we're doing, so take what you definitely know and put it through what you kind of know, and I swear we'll meet on the other end. And it worked that way, but it did mean that there was a little less like live feedback that way, because it would have changed the way we've had to do this. Sometimes I wish people could like watch the meetings that we all have throughout the week to get this thing put together. So let's go. So we started with Meg. Let's go up to Izzy. Sorry, my screen.
Bobby is really interesting because I think in some ways she gets a lot of comfort from being around other people, but in other ways, she's closed off. And so, like, I don't know. I don't know if I really thought about that until now. And just, but especially being with Mr. Wilson, like Mr. Wilson is where her home is, I think. And yeah, so I don't know, I'm rambling now. But so I suppose being in like courting it in isolation, like, is almost where Bobby wants to be sometimes.
Yeah, that feels true. Yeah. Bobby keeps herself really held pretty tightly.
Yeah.
For being so warm generally anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Let's go to Marlene. Keeping up on the screens over here too.
The thing that I had the most challenges with is Susan has a lot of energy, and when we were actually doing the show, she has a lot of physical energy, so I was still able to do a lot of those things when I was recording, but the vocal energy I couldn't really replicate the same way because of the medium difference. So because I can't yell, which I mentioned earlier, or supported yell, but I couldn't use my full range of volume, and so I found that okay, I need to figure out how to put her same amount of energy for all these lines into a different container. So that was what I was kind of dealing with, and I'm happy how it came out. It always comes out better than, I critical myself into a corner about. So
Yeah, this whole process, I think that's been an interesting one because I ended up, jumping in for June's lines, and even it's so hard to be objective when you're recording it because all you hear is your own voice, and it's just like and then it's funny too because when we got all of the dialogue, I mean, everyone nailed it, including Amy. Bless you, Amy, wherever you are out there, if you're listening. Yeah. Because Amy had the least context out of everyone and sent audio that I was like, yeah, this feels natural, and it's so hard to do that. And it's interesting because Max and I were talking about Susan. We were talking about all the characters, how all of you, through it being you specifically doing these characters, all of the tracks that you sent ended up with their own personality, which affected the way that the other sound effects fit in around you, and with you, and because the different characters, because of the different ways that you've built these characters, they needed different kinds of shaping or support or different kinds of context, right? Because we can't see it, so what the hell is going on? It's been really cool and weird to know you all as these disembodied voices in my headphones. If I'm gonna hold for a second and pass it back to the audience in case there are any questions during that time, if anyone has anything else to chime in with, that's great. I don't want to eat up. I know we went over, so I don't want to keep you all night.
I do. Oh, Marlena, go ahead.
No, I was just making a joke.
Oh, cool. Well, I remember talking a lot about how this play was applicable to the real world in terms of the disease. Don't say it out loud. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if I've had any new thoughts about that, but that might be fun to talk about. It definitely came up. It was hard to ignore.
Yeah, it was. I was a little actually hesitant when I first. Y'all, I don't even know if I told you, I had wild ideas. Like after I went from like, we'll magically stage it, and everything felt, I was like, maybe we hang costumes from the grid. Like I went through this whole Rolodex of like ways we could symbolically do this. But the whole time I was like, is this too close, like timing wise? But actually I think it's perfect. And I Minna, I can't wait to hug Minna. I don't know when I'm going to get to do that, but I just don't know how they wrote this so far in advance. It's just weird and lovely because it offers. What I like about this play so much is that it's similar themes, but it's held in this really whimsical container that also has these really mucky corners. And like Gertrude and Lane, for instance, being one of our really nice, light, lovely, soft things to hold from it. It's just really, I get real sappy about this show, you guys.
Well, yeah, also the fact that like Minna sets it up with like spaghetti Western Dolly Parton pastel cowboy aesthetic. And you're like, what?
It's awesome.
Awesome.
I have a question from the listeners here, the watchers. What's your favorite horse? What's your favorite horse?
I know the answer. I know.
You can go.
An Appaloosa. The horse girl.
They're so beautiful. I was a big horse girl when I was younger. Took horseback riding lessons and like got really into all kinds of horses. But just like imagine like a rust colored, like on the back half, and it like speckles into this like beautiful white, and like imagine it like prancing through a field. Oh yeah, it's my favorite horse.
That's great.
Do either of you have a specific horse? I do, but I want to wait.
I mean, I don't have a specific horse. Like I don't know a horse personally. But I do really like the concept of like wild stallion horses. They're just so dangerous. They're so beautiful.
You just kind of want to
go, like they're just like running across a beach.
Spirit
just seems nice. Seems like a good life.
That seems nice. Marlene, do you have a horse?
I'll say Morgan.
Morgan is our favorite horse.
I mean, yeah.
I miss Morgan. I really miss doing scenes with Morgan.
I know. I was thinking when we did the audio for this, I was like, I wish people could see Morgan and Marlena dancing.
Oh yeah, that's like
It's just beautiful.
like hands down my favorite discovery in rehearsal of like we are doing this specific dance now, and that was like my favorite moment. It just happened. We were like, we're keeping it. We don't need to ask.
Keegan also made a really beautiful prototype for the, or like first model of the horse. So, you know, I'm holding on to that, keeping all that in my back pocket. Morgan's a great horse. My favorite horse is my friend Devin's horse, Skylar, because one time when I was 16, we went out riding and he just, I don't know, heard her. I can't remember exactly, but he just like full on ass stop and like flung me. And I just like full on crashed on my back and immediately just got up and started laughing because like I love that horse. She's her quarter horse that she rides rodeo with, but it was a bad day, but it made me love him more. I don't know what that tells you about me.
You only hurt me to make you love me more.
It only applies to horse.
Me love I don't know.
Yeah. All fantastic answers. Let's see here. It doesn't look like we have any other questions. This was awesome. I really enjoyed seeing everyone and all that. Chris, I don't know where you are in the internet, but I don't know if you have anything to add. I can hear you. Oh.
Hi.
Can you hear Chris? Not yet.
Yeah.
My partner said it sounds like there's a loop back or something.
Ooh. Okay. Max can't hear you. Sorry, he's following the stream. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Hopefully that should come through now. Let me try swapping back and forth. There we go. Now it did. I just wanted to say thank you everybody for first of all being so patient. We're still working out more things here and trying to make things better, and in the process we hit snags. I also wanted to say that working with y'all was amazing, even though I didn't really get to directly work with y'all. We gave them very meticulous instructions on how to go about the recording process, and everybody followed them very well, and it made my job a lot easier in trying to remove room tone and all that kind of good stuff. So everybody did great. They worked blind and then just absolutely killed it, and it's been a lot of fun, and I'm really glad I got to work with all of y'all, and I hope we get to do it again. Also, patreon.com/annextheater. Sign up. It's great.
Yeah.
annextheater.org. There's a link that you can donate money to us if you only want to donate once.
Oh, are we frozen? Thank you all. This was really fun. And next week, we look at the final chapter, and I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you well.
Yay!
For all of you.
Thank you. Love you. Miss you.
Miss you.
Wave them all around, lick them up, pick them up, stomp them in the ground. Get your hands up, wave them all around, let them all know, no playing around, no playing around, no playing around. I'm holding them down, controlling the town, you know we get down. appetite, you fools get chomped on. Super senior, been a star since I walked on. Beat 'em up, eat 'em up till they all gone. Since 9-4, been back and forth like time wars. Rhyme for thousands for encores. My tours, the cons with mad dudes. Only place there's a long line is the bathroom. Yeah, squeeze it in like a ad room. New gear, new Yoshi, coming mad soon. Better reserve it or get in line. Might wanna get yours, just getting mine. Might wanna get yours, just getting mine. Might wanna get yours. We holding them down, controlling the town. You know we get down. Let me see your hands. How we stay ahead, you just lay in bed. Be great dead. Let me see your hands. Know what it is, I handle my biz. I travel, you kids. Let me see your hands. Whole scene shot, buzz short like an Equinox game. Chops up in your speaker box. What?